The final task in this course is to decide how you want to cope with the complexity of your project. Growing complexity is a reality of the present-day projects, and we have to live with it. It will not be possible to rule out the complexity altogether, or to reduce the complexity in such a way that life will be as easy as it once used to be. Complexity is there and it will stay. And complexity even provides opportunities for making projects more valuable. How do we master it? That's the challenge we'll discuss. For managing projects, the standard or waterfall approach is still our starting point. This approach might not be perfectly suited anymore when the project becomes increasingly complex. That does, however, not mean that we can get rid of the standard approach altogether. We should start thinking about what to additionally apply or how differently to apply certain activities or tools from the standard approach. Some elements of agile project management might be applicable in this situation. In other instances, we will fit the approach to the situation. We call this fit for purpose or adaptive project management. We have explained that the complexity of the project is a subjective matter. What one project manager might consider complex will not be automatically perceived as complex by another project manager. In a controlling style of management, you will do your utmost to iron out the differences and to get the project team members aligned behind a common view on complexity. In many cases, this will be near impossible and even unwanted. Rather than ironing out the differences, we can try to build on the various perspectives present in the team. Different opinions, different eyes will see other opportunities, possibilities and/or threats. Making use of the diversity present in the team in this respect will enrich the scope of the project, will identify a variety of opportunities or threats, and most probably will at the end, add value to the project deliverables. By looking at the project with different pairs of eyes, potential solutions will be generated that would not surface when we try to align everybody in an extreme manner. Let's look at the example of the West Coast Main Line upgrade project. This is one of the busiest mixed-use railways in Europe, linking London with major urban areas in the northwest. After severe problems in the first and second round of the upgrade, the approach changed completely. In the preparation of the third round of the project, all stakeholders were actively involved and a joint vision was created. By increasing the number of players, in fact complexity was increased, but the solution to a successful project came closer. At the Delft University of Technology, research has been done into the interventions applied in dealing with project complexity in actual projects. We divided the interventions in controlling and connecting interventions. The first type of interventions are more into systems management, or the control approach, and the second type of interventions are more into interactive management, or the hands-off approach. We found that practitioners actually apply a mix of connecting and controlling interventions. We saw that connecting interventions were sometimes used to enable controlling interventions, and vice versa. To give an example, inviting all parties in the project to jointly perform a risk workshop at project start. This connecting intervention contributes to the more controlling intervention of risk management. In the context of an infrastructure project, we have some suggestions for interventions for the project delivery organization. Steer on a clear mandate from the principals. This mandate must provide enough time, budget and space to execute the project. Connect to the local stakeholders instead of controlling them. The research showed that the connecting approach is much more effective to increase project performance. And third, connect to the contractor, but control if necessary. The contractor needs a connecting approach, but if the contractor fails to meet demands and expectations, the controlling approach should take over. That controlling interventions enable connecting interventions adds to the implementation of dynamic management. Next to the balancing act between systems approaches and actor approaches, the approaches actually cross-fertilize. We need this awareness to truly apply fit-for-purpose project management. Back to the perceptions. Our research suggests that different perceived complexities can positively contribute to project performance if they are managed well. This management of perceived complexities is referred to as perception-based management, and we argue that this perception-based management should become one of the core focuses in the management of project complexity within large and complex construction and engineering projects. This is how we propose perception-based management. First of all, it assumes an awareness and acceptance of the different perceptions of complexity. Elimination will not help. ACT respects these various perceived complexities and stimulates a shared mental model. And further exploiting implies regular adaptation of the shared mental model, building upon the perceived complexities. Let's embrace complexity. To support this statement, we would like to conclude with the example of the A2 tunnel in Maastricht, the Netherlands. It took years to get the project started. The project was initially considered as an infrastructure project. Nobody was willing to invest. This situation changed upon the broadening of the project towards an area development project. Widening the goals, enlarging the project, including more and more stakeholders, this actually made the project viable. In the end, mastering project complexity is about being aware of the complexities in your project, knowing your palette of management approaches and making the right choices in application. Like the focus of project management, it is about managing communications and expectations. Structure helps in this process, but is not a sufficient requirement. Since complexity is in the eye of the beholder, a balance must be found between prepare and commit and predict and control management styles.